What's up everyone, it's Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent. Now if you're watching this video, you're probably considering making a move to Arizona just like we did. And I can understand why, because so many people have chosen to call Arizona home. So many people are transplants, and it is an absolutely beautiful state. This area is gorgeous, and I don't think we could ever live anywhere else after moving here. There's a lot that goes on to, making a move. And like I said, we came from Illinois, so there's a lot to take in. So number one would be, research the area. Kind of like you're doing now. I'm sure you've watched more than just this video on YouTube, but research, the schools, research, the neighborhoods. Why are you moving here? If you're moving here for work, so are you gonna live in the East Valley or the West Valley? Understand the weather. It does get hot here. Right now it's, April, 80 degrees, middle of the day. We've had, unseasonably cool temperatures this year in 2023 so far. But it's not always this nice, and it does get hot. So understand, just where it is you're moving to. Make sure you do your due diligence. If you need some resources for schools, for certain areas, just let me know. I can send that over to you. Number two would be finding a place to live. Simple enough, right? So if you've already done your research and you understand that, I want to live in the East Valley, well, now you have to find a spot to live. So understanding what your budget is, and hopefully you've reached out to me to help you make that move possible and find you the perfect home and get you the best deal possible. But finding a place to live, again, it comes down to what your budget is, what your needs are, and what type of home, what type of neighborhood, what type of community. And that way, you're absolutely happy and in love with the place that you are now calling home, because it can be a huge shock coming from whatever it is that you currently live to Arizona. The neighborhoods are a little different, the area is different, the roads are different. So, finding that place to live is usually most people's number one priority. Number three, and this is one of the biggest things, and that is planning your move. So when we moved, we did it in a few different stages. One, we got rid of a ton of stuff we didn't need. We're not gonna need shovels here. So we got rid of a lot of things that, if we weren't using it then, we're not gonna use it after we move. So what we did is we got a pod, we had all that stuff shipped out, and then we had a trailer, a U-Haul trailer, drove it out here with my truck. We left my truck, flew back to Illinois, then with my wife's car, had another trailer, drove out here with the kids and the dog, and that was our final drive. Now, for some people, I've had clients, have a full moving company with a semi, but, enlist as much help as possible. And one of the things we did that I'm so glad we did is, we had movers, hired help to unpack our stuff, unload it, get it into the house. That way it wasn't just my wife and I, and we had our dog and kids and just everything else going on. So it was well worth having a whole crew help us unload everything. Number four would be, adjust to the climate. So you may not realize it at first, especially if you're coming here in your first summer, about just how hot it is and how much water you need. You may not think you're thirsty, but you're gonna realize that you're not sweating because it's evaporating so fast, and that takes a toll on you. So adjust to the summer temperatures. And like I said, it's in the 80s right now, but out here in the mountain, it feels much hotter than if I were in town. So just plan accordingly, so that way you're not one of the people having to get rescued because you did not bring water and you're out hiking when it's 120 degrees out. So just adjust, always have water with you, and just be cautious. Number five, get involved in the community. So get involved in the area that you live, because you're gonna find so many people who have done what you've done, and so many people are not from here. So you're gonna have that in common. But getting involved, know your neighbors, and get to know what is going on. Be a part of the area that you live in. For us, that's been huge, getting just to fully experience everything there is about the place that we now call home. Something, even though I grew up, where we came from, I was born and raised there. I was involved but not involved. I was in law enforcement, so I kind of took a back seat. But when you're here, just get involved. You'll find it's probably going to be different from where you're from and what you think it is, but there's just so much to do and so much to be involved with here. And I've never found a state, maybe Texas, where people absolutely love where they're from. You know, people love to just talk about living in Arizona and just how much they actually love to call Arizona home, and hopefully that would be the same for you as well. So there you have it. Those are just a few of the things to keep in mind when you're relocating to Arizona. I mean, obviously one of the most important things is to call me, right? And so I can help you make that move possible, at least set you up for success. You know, hopefully we work together, but I get it. There's a ton of people to choose from. So I would love to help you, your family, make Arizona home. Again, if you have questions, reach out. My contact info is below. It's Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent, and watch this next video, and I'll see you next time.